In this episode, we're gonna cover the Caroma D2 at $300 to $400 for this bike. I'm gonna go over the details, I'm gonna go over the specs, we're gonna do a speed test, and we're gonna unbox it. Let's get into it.
So here we go, guys. This is how the bike comes from China. It'll come to your house, it looks just like this. I open the bike up so you guys can see exactly what you're gonna get when yours shows up and with the condition and the way that it's packaged. If you look here, there's tons and tons of foam, tons of zip ties. Mine came in pristine condition. The box was in great condition. 3 million zip ties, and it took me 24 hours to unpackage this thing. As you can see, clip, clip, clip. Looking down here, this is an area where if you're a modification guy, you can put a huge battery in here. Look at all that space for activities. Unbelievable. This right here is the tray. If you guys wanted to run the tray, you could put, you know, your extra helmet or your backpack, or not even run the tray if you don't like the look of it. But it's just an option if you guys decide you want to run the tray. The next thing here we're going to open is the accessory box. It's going to have the pegs, it's got the toolkit, it's got a charger. The pegs are quality, it's got good hardware. The tools are kind of whatever. The charger's a decent charger, and the manual has good descriptions and good pictures.
Got it?
Anytime I get the opportunity to get one of my kids involved in making these videos or help assembling, I always try to get him out here. This is my 8-year-old. He's helping me put the handlebars on here. The bike comes mostly assembled, as you saw. The only thing you have to put on is the handlebars and the front wheel. After that, you're ready to ride. Just do your first charge and off you go. Here we fit the wheel, pull that little cardboard out, slide your disc in, tighten the nut on both sides of that fork, and bada bing, bada boom. That's all you got to do. The brakes on this bike, cable brakes, they're decent, they work, but I'll be upgrading mine here in the future. And then the last thing we got to do is just put the pegs on. 2 bolts on either side. Anybody can do it. Too easy. Uncovering the seat, it's a pretty nice seat. If you ask me, it looks nice, it functions nice, it's comfortable. What else is there? And then moving on here is the display. It doesn't have a voltmeter, it has this bar system that you see on these e-bikes. And for $400, I guess that's to be expected. This here is my 10-year-old. She wanted to show you guys how big the bike is compared to maybe someone of her size. Like I said, she's 10 years old. But let's get into the review and all the parts and components that go into making this bike.
Starting from the front, the features on this bike, it comes with 16-inch pneumatic tires. Now, the bike doesn't have any suspensions. The tires are primarily going to be what is absorbing the riding conditions as you experience them. The brakes, 160 millimeter discs. The cable brakes on here for $300 to $400 at a bike like this with that price point. That's to be expected. The brakes can easily be upgraded with hydraulic brakes on the Amazons for 40 to 50 bucks. Moving up here, we have a headlight. It has an on-off switch right here. The headlight puts out a decent amount of light. I guess you could call it a light since it does make light, but it's not a lot of light. The handlebars and the wiring here is really well routed. I love the wire keep. I love when a company goes the extra mile and puts on a piece of wire keeper like this. They don't have to do that, but I like it. The basket here, you can either take or leave. If you like the basket, you can put your extra stuff, your backpack or whatever on here. Or if you're gonna modify this thing, take this thing out, look at all that space for a big old battery.
Look at all this floor space. So much aerobics in here. So many activities.
Underneath here is where the stock battery is, and right now I will flip the bike over and show you what those cells look like.
All right, let's open this up and take a look at this battery. I'm curious to see what this looks like. Okay, got a couple more steps. Huh, will you look at that? It passed QC. And here. Okay. Let's open this baby up right here. So here's our battery. This is what it looks like. This is our controller in here. Down on this side. Battery, 48 volts, 7.8 amp hours, 18650 cells, lithium ion battery pack. That little connection right there, a little XT60. Maybe if you wanted to up the range on this, you could splice into this XT60 and run a additional battery, maybe on the other side. But anyway, that's what the battery and the controller setup looks like.
The seat on the bike is super comfortable. It's a faux leather and it kind of mimics like a cafe racer type seat. I like the way that it looks, super stylish. Some would compare this bike to a Rambler 16. but I like the way this bike looks better, to be honest with you. And I like this open frame, and the seat is mucho bueno. Moving back here is the same brake in the back, 160 millimeter disc with mechanical calipers. Like I said, these brakes are going to go, and I'm gonna put in some hydraulic brakes for sure. The motor back here on my bike is a 48 volt, 500 watt motor, and it propels this bike to around 18 to 20 miles an hour on a full charge.
When I was recording, my microphone died, but here I'm talking about the tail light. It is actually a real tail light that functions as a brake light. All right, y'all, we have the Draggy approved track right here in front of me. We got the speed limit here of 35. I don't think we're gonna break that speed on the little bike we have here today. Anyway, I got the speedometer app right here. Let's check out what this top speed is. Here we go. This thing is not gonna blow your hair off, I'll say that. Full throttle. 8. Woo, those brakes, boy. We got 18.9 miles an hour. All right, y'all, so we got 18.9 miles per hour on the speed test. This is a 48 volt bike, 18.9. And like I say in my videos, I'm about 200 pounds, pure steel, some would say. That's not what I've said. That's just what I've heard. Thanks for watching, guys. If you are new to the channel, thank you for being here. Be sure to like and subscribe. It helps the channel a ton. Thanks so much. Right here, y'all, this is just a little bit of extra bonus footage of my daughter and I riding through downtown Austin. I just wanted to kind of iterate how much fun these electric toys, the motorcycles, the PEVs, the one wheels, the electric unicycles, the scooters, how fun they are. And the kids love them. I personally like riding them. My wife rides them. They're lightweight, they're portable, you can take them places, they don't stink, you can throw them in the back of your car, just charge them, turn them on, and go. That's all you gotta do. There's no maintenance, hardly any upkeep. But anyway, guys, enough blabbing. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you.
Recording.